Hello and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. On this show, I help members of the public get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. I sit you down with one of our regular dealers. Now, they're going to try and buy your treasures off you for the very least price.
Oh, wow.
It's their money and they won't be parted from it very easily.
£400.
We're getting there.
If you don't think the offer is good enough, there's an alternative. We can gamble and place the same goods into an auction, hoping to get a little bit more money there.
That's £2,200.
Today, the show comes to you from Peterborough. There's a great crowd of people here. They've been here since early this morning. They're determined to do business. They want to sell their beloved treasures. They want to walk out of this door with cash in their hands, or maybe gamble at auction, but either way, they want the real deal.
The early birds are first through the door, and I wonder what they brought to tempt our dealers with today. First up, we're over to Karen Del Mini, where Annalise has brought in something she's sure to love.
Annalise,
how do you do?
It's a real pleasure to have you on the show because I can see from here you've brought me in something that's actually quite nice, haven't you?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
so-
I did. I tried.
Yeah, so where's it come from?
It's a family heirloom I have inherited, and so, you know, it belonged to my adopted uncle and auntie. They gave it to me.
Oh, that's sweet. Why are you bringing it along now if it's a family heirloom?
Well, only my husband died in May, and I want to reduce my responsibilities and just cut down on things.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you so much for choosing this because it is right up my alley, I can tell you. I absolutely love it.
Oh, good. I'm
have
glad
a
to
quick
hear
look.
that.
It's quite heavy, isn't it? It
Yes.
surprises you.
Yes.
So if we have a look at this, it's a beautiful portrait medallion here we've got here. Looks like the material's marble, is that what you think?
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, and there's a goddess of harvest, is it Ceres?
I don't
Ceres?
know. I don't know that.
And that's the medallion. Then
Yeah.
we move on to the frame. And the frame itself is beautiful, isn't it? I've had quite a struggle to determine what the material is. I think it's possibly horn. It's a possibility it might be amber, we're not entirely sure. Date-wise, I think we're looking at the beginning of the 19th century.
Yeah.
May even be a grand tour piece or something like that, which puts it around sort of 1820-ish.
Yes.
I rather think it might be 20 years later, about 1840.
Uh-huh.
But doesn't really matter. I just love it. I really love it. And I hope I'm going to own it shortly. I'm going to try really hard anyway. So let's just pop it back here so it's nice and safe. And get down to business now, Annalise. Because I know it's a family piece and this is the hard part, isn't it?
Yeah. But
Okay.
eventually one has to part with family dresses.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 100, Annalise. 2, 3, 4, 5. £200.
I think it might be worth a bit more.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Right. We've got 200 there. 220, Annalise.
You think you could maybe another 42, what's it?
You know I'm going
Please.
to, don't you? Because you know I'm going to own this, no matter what. Even if I get left with it, I absolutely love it. It's a fantastic quality.
will keep it for
And
yourself?
Annalise, shake on it quick. That
You
was a
will
close
keep it
one.
for yourself.
What's happened here, Annalise, I've come across as quickly as I could from the other side of the room because I was told that Karen had got a great lot on the table, and I've looked at it. It is a beautiful lot. 250 to 350 was the estimation.
Yeah.
But I've just heard you accept a £260 offer from our dealer here. Well, I can't interfere in that, but I couldn't run any faster. If I could have run any faster, I would have said to you, it's got to be worth £300 of anyone's money. But on this occasion, she was in there like a king cobra, and I just couldn't get to the table in time.
Thank you, Annalise. Thank you for being so quick. I love you. And I love the item.
Not to worry, David. Annalise seems perfectly happy. Over to David Ford now, where this next seller's trying to flog an unwanted gift.
Nigel, you bought me in this very pretty little watch. So how did you come to own a pretty little watch like that?
A friend bought it for me.
A friend bought it for
bought
you?
it for me, yes.
And did you use it? Did you yourself?
I have used it once, but I've got no pockets to put it in these days, yeah.
It's a pretty thing. So your friend bought it for you. That was a gift.
Yes.
Does your friend know that you're selling his gift?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Or her gift? I see. Okay, but it's a lovely little watch, isn't it? Shall I just pick it up and have a little look at it?
It's in full working order.
What do you know about it?
Well, he told me that it was dated around about 1885.
Well, that's very precise, isn't it? Just looking at it, it looks around, just pre the turn of the century, about 1819, 1900, that sort of date. But it's very pretty. I love the little engraved back. And what is nice also, it's got this lovely engraved face.
Yes.
With Roman numerals. It's a key wind. And let's just open it up. And we can see that it's gold.
Yes.
And it is. So it's 18 carat. And yes, I agree with your friend. It's about 1890, that sort of date. Pretty thing. All ticking away, too. So, Nigel, if I'm able to buy your little watch, what are you going to do with the money?
Well, we've got 5 grandchildren.
Have you?
And they want little things here and there, so it's going to be a bit of an expensive time. Got 2 birthdays coming up.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'll get some money out. A little bit here. Oh, I like the raised eyebrow. Very quizzical. What about £150 for your little watch?
Getting near. Yeah.
I think it's quite a good bid, don't you?
It's getting near.
Near?
Yeah.
I'll try that, £170.
That's fair offer.
I think you're going to shake my hand, aren't you? I mean, I'm not going to pay any more for it. I think that's a good bid for a little watch.
Okay.
I think it's fair. I'm happy if you are.
Okay, yeah, that's the deal.
So we're going to shake hands?
Hands.
That's great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
For this next item, Keith's hoping to pull Brenda Haller's strings.
Yeah, I bought a first edition Story of a Puppet, The Adventures of Pinocchio. So I'm hoping to get it sold today, or if it doesn't reach what I'm hoping for, to send it to auction.
The Duke and auctioneer Colin Young are eager to get a look in too.
Now, you have brought me Story of a Puppet, and we both know what this Story of the Puppet is.
We do, yes.
It is Pinocchio.
Yep.
Fabulous. One of my very, very favourite stories.
One of mine too.
Yes. Tell me where you got it from.
I think I bought it in the early 70s, mid-70s.
Yes.
Down in Brighton, I think.
And did you know what this was?
No, I bought it purely because it was Pinocchio.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it until a few
You're
weeks
not
ago.
a book dealer, or?
No, I collect children's books.
You do?
Well, I used to.
Yes.
But yeah, that's one of my favourites.
Wow. And what we know about this is that it was published in 1892
right,
by
yeah.
Fishers in London, making it a first edition.
Yeah.
Wow. And how did you come to know that it was a first edition? Did you research it?
Well, I did do some research a while back, couldn't find anything.
Right.
But then I told a friend of mine in London about it, and she looked it up and phoned me straight back and said, get it sorted because it's worth money.
Oh, good.
So I didn't realise till about 5-6 weeks ago.
Excellent.
And I've had it for 30 years or so.
Wonderful.
Now, Colin, we've got a book here that's called The Story of a Puppet.
Yes.
Tell me what you know about this particular book.
Well, listed as first edition, Pinocchio, of course. It's one of those things that the mint copy that has barely been thumbed is worth an awful lot of money.
When you say a lot of money, what are we talking about? Something in mint condition?
Well, it's going to be thousands.
Really?
Yeah, you're certainly going to be breaking that 4-figure barrier for one that's in really, really good order.
We've got a book here that seems rather average condition to me.
Yeah.
Where are you going to place your estimation?
Well, I suppose really maybe £300 to £500. My personal view is yes, it is an auction lot, purely because you're going to have that level of competition, and for a dealer it's going to be a very difficult thing to assess how much they want to pay.
Let's see if our dealer has any knowledge about rare books, first editions, and let's see what is put on the table.
Now, I'm a little bit in the dark here because I've never bought a first edition of Pinocchio before.
Right.
So I'm going to put down what I think to start with, and I'll know by the reaction in your eyes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
Yep.
and no telling lies.
As if I would.
All right, we'll put one of these down.
Just the one.
100.
More, please.
150.
No.
200.
No, a bit more than that, I think.
David's over in the sidelines, and for once, instead of giving you the advice, I'd like him to give me the advice. Is that all right?
Yeah, fine, that's cool.
David.
Well, it's a tricky one because when this first arrived, it's very specialised knowledge. I personally would not have known. 3 to 4, 4 to 5 is the independent valuation, the auctioneer's estimate. But it depends on the day. It really needs to go to auction. It needs to go out to a wider public. What is it worth? I honestly don't know. I would suspect a few hundreds, not
Right.
thousands.
Yeah, because of the condition.
Because of the condition. So what did it cost?
About 50p, I think.
Yeah.
You know, some
About
market
there.
stall, wherever,
Yeah.
50p.
Well,
First edition,
Yeah.
£200 on the table, not a bad offer. But probably auction is the right way to go.
Okay, thank you. Right.
We've heard what David's had to say. I'm not going to give you the decision. I'm taking the money away, Keith, for your good. And what I'm going to say is, you go to that auction, you make a lot of money,
Thank you.
and good luck. I'll be really interested to see what
you
it
very
makes. Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
Okay, so next job is the auctioneer's second favourite job. I've got the research to do now and just find out a little bit more, see if there's more information that we can add to that estimate of 300 to 500. Then, of course, we've got the auctioneer's favourite job. It's rostrum time, and let's hope we get that brilliant result for the client.
So David and the auctioneer are sure they've made the correct call. Let's hope so. Find out how he gets on after the break. Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal. Before the break, Brenda offered Keith £200 for his first edition of Pinocchio. But under David and the auctioneer's advice, he's hit the sale room. Here we go.
On the day, you see, I was advised by the off-screen specialists, and they were quite happy on the day at 300 to 500. Were they right? Which, in turn, made you turn down 200 quid. We're about to find out. It's coming up now.
What should we say for this one? Who's going to start me at 3,000 for it? 3,000.
You're joking.
My nose hasn't started growing yet, but I thought it was worth the try. Who's going to start me at 300 for it? 300, that's a little bit more sensible.
You gave
300
Marcel a
pounds.
heart
300.
attack.
2 to go then, surely. £200 bid, anybody? 200. 200 on the internet.
200 on the internet. Well, that tells us something. That tells us that our independent values probably weren't a long way out.
240 bid, 260 now, 260 bid, 280 bid, 300 now, 300. At 300 bid, anybody going to join in the room? Nope. At 300 bid, 320. At 320, at 320, 340. At 340 bid, at 340 bid, 360 now to a C, 340 on the internet, then it's selling at 340.
So the gavel's gone down £340. There is commission to take away. That leaves you with around about 290. Now, Keith, are you happy?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Hey.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, don't mind. Only paid 50 pence, yeah. I would have thought you'd be
good.
jumping up and down, Keith, and going, only paid 50 pence.
I'm jumping up and down inside.
OK, 50 pence worth is going to produce 290 quid. Well, that's the real deal, isn't it?
No word of a lie there, David. We're joining Mark Stevens now, where Pete's got high hopes for his jug.
Hello, Peter. I'm Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Nice
I'm
to,
Peter.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you as well. I hope we're going to take all that money off you today.
Whoa, we started there, haven't we?
Yes.
Right, OK. Well, let's hope this is the right thing to take the money.
Hopefully.
Right, let's get a look at it, shall we? Let's turn it over. Well, it looks like a claret jug to me.
I think it is a claret jug.
Yep.
Jug.
Right, let's have a quick look. OK, underneath there we've got the mark WMF, which is a German plate company. They produced a lot of plate around about 1900.
Yeah.
Which I think this is. It's very classical in its design.
Yeah, nice style.
Yeah, it's a nice thing. Where did you come by this?
I did a bereavement clearance for a local family, and I brought it in. I bought a mixed lot of plate. Right. I brought the mixed lot of plate in today, and that's the item they pulled out.
Right, so there was various other bits. This was the only thing in there which they thought had some value.
Quality.
Right.
Of quality.
Of quality.
Quality, and hence quality.
The only thing really is how much can we buy
Well, now
it
you've
for?
told me it's got WMF on the bottom, which is a name you know.
Yeah.
I think it's like £100 worth.
I'm going to make you an offer.
Right, OK.
Don't be rude to me.
No.
No, I know. Right, let's get some money on the table.
That's what we're here for.
Right. You ready?
We're in tens, are we? Right.
Well, I don't think this is going to go too far.
Right.
So, 10, £20.
Oh, that's very low, isn't it?
It is very low, but it's an object that isn't very desirable at the moment. Very hard for me to sell.
Very tricky. Problem with this, it's not selling that well. Though WMF is quite a good factory, as we know, German factory. Classical design, not worth replating, going to cost 40 to 60 quid to replate it. And that's the kind of estimate, 30, 40, 40, 50, that kind of price. That's a bit on the low side.
Yes, that's what I think. The deal
It's a tricky one. I think it's probably worth another 10 or 15 quid, but I'm not going to tell the man his business. He's probably thinking, can I even sell it?
Put another £10 on there.
I'm going to get out of the way. You know how to deal at the moment. It's just cheap enough. I think a pot like that in the market stall would cost you 25 quid, so it's all right at that money.
Would you put another £10 on the table and I'll have a deal with you?
£30.
£30, I'll have a deal.
There you go, £30. That's the real
cheap
deal.
as David said.
Yeah, I'm
I
sure
brought it in a
is.
mixed lot, so I've got my money back and the rest is profit.
Cheap as chips indeed. Now, what's that noise?
It's a mandolin. Where did you get it from?
It did belong to my granddad.
Yeah.
And he died at 86, and he used to play that
Did
and
he?
get us all into the front room when I was a child.
Fantastic. And do you play?
No, I don't, no.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Can I have a little look?
Yes, certainly.
Let's take it out. Wow. Isn't it a lovely shape?
It is nice.
Yes.
It's very nice.
I've got a lute, but I haven't got a mandolin.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there
And
much difference between the lute and the mandolin?
I can't say I play.
No, I can't say I play.
But it is in lovely condition, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. But I do know that it's professing to be inlay of ebony, but it's not actually inlay, is it? It's painted on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, might I say, it's not top of the range.
Yeah.
Not being insulting, but
Yeah.
it's not top of the range.
Yeah.
It's in lovely condition, but it's something that's just to be played, isn't it?
Yeah.
And a bit of fun with.
Okay.
I would think it's probably dated about 1900 by the look of it. Don't
Mhm.
you? How long do you think it's been in the family? Yonks.
Yeah, a long,
Yonks.
long time.
So I can take some money out.
Yep.
There we go. 20, 40, £60.
On a little bit more than that, I think.
I'm being quite fair at the moment. It's not often
Yeah.
that I'll be able to sell a mandolin. If you want to swap it for a lute, I've got a lute. Or you've got the lute.
Yeah. I'm going to take the lute.
Oh, Pat. Well done.
Thank you
got
very
me.
much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now a mandolin and a lute. Oh my goodness, my husband's going to go mad. More stuff in the shop to sell. Please come and buy.
an unusual-looking sculpture has made its way to Karen's table.
Mavis, Karen, lovely
Nice
to
to
meet
meet
you.
you.
What have we got here?
Very
Where did it
impressive.
come from?
It was a dear friend of mine left it to me. Well, she left me her dog collection.
It's a really interesting sculpture, isn't it?
It
Because
is, isn't it?
you've got, it's almost an aggressive dog, an aggressive stance. You've got this real sort of boyish collar, haven't you?
Yes.
And yet the dog is taking care
Very
and
tender.
nurturing
Yes,
her little pup, and it's just the most adorable sculpture. So she left it to you, did she? Or?
Yes, she did, with a lot of other
Okay.
bits and pieces, lots of different dogs.
Yeah, and is this a bit big to home?
It's a bit big
Yeah.
to keep anywhere. I've had to put it right on the top of a cabinet.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
It is. It needs
deserves to be seen. So as I've got it here, I can see that we've got a signature running along there, which is T.
T.
Cartier.
Cartier.
Okay, so here we have quite a nice sculpture. I got really excited when I first saw it because I thought it was
bronze, yes,
but it's not, is it? So then I thought, well, perhaps it's spelter that's been patinated, which they used to do, but it's not that either, is it? As we've seen, it's terracotta. So it's not the most valuable thing in the world.
No.
If it was bronze, we'd be talking mega bucks.
That's all right,
but I'm
yes.
going to try really hard to buy this because you have come to the right dealer for these. I do actually quite like them. So maybe I'm going to do my best to try and tempt you. 50, 150. Now, I should go for some 20s, but I'm going to be generous.
200
quid.
Oh, I think
Shock
it's
and awe,
worth a
maybe.
bit-
Shock and awe.
I think it's worth a little bit more than that.
I hope so.
A bit more than
That's
that,
called
yes.
profit. And it's mine, hopefully. 220. And I think there's probably about 50 quid left in it if I'm lucky. And I think you're about to get some advice if you didn't want to anyway. Oh, David.
Okay. I've seen this signature a few times, Cartier. Nothing to do, as far as I know, with the jewellery company. Quite a known sculptor, French. Subject matter, interesting, commercial. Karen has got £220 on the table. If you went to auction and got 250, you would have to take away about 40 quid. So you would be just less than that. You need to get £300 or plus. Now the question is, can you? You see, Karen is smirking all over her face because she knows she's got the better of me this time. £220 is a decent offer, and I'm going to recommend that. I don't think you'll do much better if you go to auction.
Thank you very much.
Come on, Mavis, £220. Are we going to shake?
I'm sure you can put another tenner down there.
Oh, Mavis.
I know you want to.
You're determined to have that last word on it,
last
aren't you?
word, yes.
It's only money. For the sake of the deal, there's your tenner. We're going to shake now?
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
Hey, what do you reckon to this? I actually bought it. I'm so pleased. £230, I think we ended up in the end. I'm really pleased to get this. It's 19th century terracotta, great subject. Fingers crossed that I'm going to do well. Hope I will.
We'll find out later. Coming up, David's given an ultimatum.
At that sort of money, I think I would rather go to auction.
Can he change Alan's mind?
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Peterborough.
Over to Mark's table now, where he's been presented with an engaging little gem.
Hi, Irina, I'm Mark.
Hi.
Very nice to meet you.
And you?
And you bought me in a ring here today.
Yep.
Could you tell me anything about its history? Did you buy it, or was it given to you as a gift?
I bought it in America, from America actually, so jewelers.
Yep. Okay. So how many years ago did you purchase the ring?
A couple of years ago.
A couple of years
only,
ago. Okay, right. Right, well, the ring is 14 carat white gold, has a 14 carat stamp in there. Here we have an emerald cut diamond, but it's an illusion set emerald cut diamond. Now what that means is that around the diamond there is white metal. The reason being is when you first look at the stone, it looks like it's a bigger diamond.
Right.
That's hence where the word comes illusion set. What is nice though, on this one you have little baguettes, what we call tapering baguettes on the side here. It's very much in the 30s style. I mean, it might be 1930s, it might be 1950s, could even be 60s. I mean, there's no hallmark on that at all, and the Americans use this style right the way through. I think the diamond is probably around about 40 points, 45 points. Draws a little bit of colour, and also it does have a slight inclusion in the side on the stone. But it's still quite a pretty little engagement-y type of ring, which people do want nowadays. It does have a value. The value isn't immense, but why do you want to sell it if you don't mind me asking?
I'm buying some other antiques, so I need to finance them.
Oh, things for yourself at
That's
home.
right,
That.
yeah.
All that's really left to do is for me to put some money on the table, isn't
Yes.
it? Okay, let's see what we've got in my pocket. Let's have a look. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 pounds.
No, that's not enough.
Not
no,
enough?
No.
Okay.
No.
140, 160 pounds.
No. Need
No.
more.
How about 180?
Could you do 200?
I tell you what I do. I've got, let's see if I've got anything in here. There, a £10 note. But that is my final offer. That is really, really what I want to give for that now.
Yes, I'll accept the money.
You sure?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure dealing with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, Irina didn't hang about, did she? A good deal all round.
Behind the scenes, we have a team of experts. They check and inspect every single item before it's placed in front of our dealers. And it's their independent valuation that you see coming up on your screen.
Over to David now, where he's hoping this deal will be child's play.
So, Alan, tell me about your toys.
Well, I think they're about 40 years old, approximately.
Yes.
Immaculate condition. That one's Japanese. This one was made in Hong Kong. They both have various functions that work.
All right. What does this one do?
That one gallops along, as it says on the box, actually. Galloping
With
horse.
driver and galloping horse.
With driver.
It's always nice if you've got the boxes with these things, because they often go missing.
And this one, the pistons light up and the fan spins round at the front, and it has gears and the front wheels turn.
How about that? So they're all working. So how did they come into your life?
They just were bought for my son, basically, that's all.
You have, I mean, does he know you're selling his toys?
He doesn't actually, but...
But he doesn't play with them anymore?
That's right.
So we think they're from the sort of 60s, 70s?
Yeah, they've got to be that period, haven't they, basically?
Okay. And there are people out there that love them. I mean, this is really tin plate, and tin plate things can be, by certain makers, people like Bing and that sort of thing, early tin plate toys can be very valuable.
Yes.
And those I do like.
Yeah.
But these being comparatively modern, in my view.
In your view, yeah.
But they're in nice condition.
Yeah.
You know, they've not been knocked about. I mean, I'll put some money on the table, but I don't think you're going to like it. I really don't. £20 for your car, £30 for the tin plate one. And that's my offer.
That's your offer?
Yeah, so what's there, 50 quid for the two?
No, it's not. It's not as much as I was expecting,
hoped,
basically. No.
Well, I know it's not the greatest offer in the world, but £50 on the table, and that's my best bid.
Okay, David, yeah. At that sort of money, I think I would rather go to auction,
Yes,
basically.
I think probably you're making a wise decision, Alan. I think that probably is the way to go, because you get a couple of people at the auction who really like them, and who knows, they could go through the roof, couldn't it?
Could do.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
And I'll shake your hand. It's been a pleasure meeting you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
When I started in this business, they were new. So I'm actually an antiques dealer, and I find it quite difficult to understand why anybody should consider they were even be vaguely of interest to me. So no, I was quite pleased not to buy those.
No love lost there then. Let's join the Duke in the sale room, perhaps as a keen buyer for the toys there.
On the dealer's day, you brought along a couple of toys. One was a Japanese tin plate overland stagecoach with a driver and galloping horses, and the other was a plastic-operated smarty car. Now, you sat down with David Ford, and David Ford said, "I'll give you £50 for your toys." And what did you say to David Ford? I must have got it right, Dave. You're smiling.
It's not enough.
Not enough. OK. You turned down 50. The estimate is 60 to 90, and the reserve is 60. Now, the question is, are they going to make the 60? Let's find out. It's coming up now.
Who's going to start with £100 for it? 100? £100, anyone? 100? 80 to go then. 50 if we have to. 50 who's coming in first for the tin plate there. 50. 40. 40 in bid, 40 bid 5 down to see, 45 bid 50, 50 pound bid 5, 55 bid 60 to see 60, 60 pound bid and 5, at 60 pound bid 5 anywhere else now, at 60 pound, this is no money yet, at 60
We're at
pound,
60
5,
at the reserve.
At 60 pound bid 5 down to see, at 60 pound bid we all done, at 60 bid 5 and up, then at 60 all done and finished, then third row takes it, we're done and finished, you're out on the net, out to the back, selling at £60.
We've got a little bit of commission. Quick calculation, it's about £51. So an extra £1 for coming here and meeting me.
That's very good, David.
Very good. He's happy about that. It's an extra quid, isn't it? So that was the real deal. 60 quid here, under the gavel, taking home £51 and a smile.
After the break, it's all gone very Dickensian.
Any more?
Oliver Twist.
But who will be the more artful dodger? Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal. Things are just starting to wind down here in Peterborough after a busy day. For our last deal, seller Christine is hoping to lose this goal for good.
I brought this curb bracelet along today because it's my husband's, and he keeps losing it, and it keeps coming back, but he doesn't wear it anymore, so I think it's time for it to go.
Hi Christine, I'm Mark.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you bought me in some items of gold jewellery here?
Yes.
Are they your own or are you selling them for somebody?
The gold sovereign is mine and the gold bracelet is my husband's.
Right. So Christine, why are you actually selling these items today? Any particular reason?
Well, the bracelet in particular, my husband doesn't wear it anymore.
Right.
Because he kept losing it. And the last time he lost it was on a boat in the Caribbean.
And you found it?
He went to the lost property and somebody had handed it in. And because of this, he doesn't wear it, and we feel it's time for it to go.
Right, okay. And what about the sovereign? Any reason for selling that in the mill?
Well, it did have a chain on it which got broken, and I don't wear it anymore, so I thought
time to part with it. Okay.
To go.
Well, if we look at the items here, you have a fairly modern gentleman's gold bracelet. From the colour, I'm pretty sure it's 9 carat, but let's just have a quick look with the glass and then we can determine exactly what it is. Yep, there's the marker 375, which is the 9 carat mark for gold. And over here, we can see here, that's obviously a sovereign from the reign of King George V, which is 22 carat gold, and you have a 9 carat gold mount. We know the weight of the sovereign, they are a standard weight, they weigh 7.99, basically 8 grams. In today's market, the gold's at a very high level, so we're kind of basing these on the gold price, but I think you probably understand that.
Yeah.
So really, it comes down to one thing, it's what I'm prepared to pay for them, and if we can have a bit of a deal.
Well, we'll see.
Shall I put some money on the table?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll get the red ones.
I like the red ones.
Oh, I thought you might. That's why I've got them out. 50, 1, 150, 2, 250, 3, 350, £400. How does that sound to you?
Well, we're getting there.
Getting there?
We're getting there. But we're not there yet.
We've got not a long way to go, though, have we?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Don't know. You're playing hardball now, I can see.
Yeah.
Right, OK, we've got £400 on the table.
Yeah.
There's another 20, which is 420. £440.
No.
£460.
Any more?
Oliver Twist.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I do. I'll put another 20 on the table. It's £480 on the table. What do you think about that?
So just before you answer that question, let me tell you, £400 to £600 is the estimation from our independent valuers and the auctioneer, and the scrap value as of today is about £540. What's on the table there, Mark?
480, David.
I'm going to say, as always, he's a great gold buyer. There's nothing wrong with that option there. You probably have a profit at scrap there of about 70 quid, but he's entitled to that kind of profit when he lays out that amount of money.
There's £480 on the table now. Are you happy to have a deal?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Great, that's a fantastic deal. Thank you very, very much indeed.
Thank you.
And one thing's for certain now, he's lost it for good.
Yeah.
What a cracking result. Our sellers have walked away with over £1,700 today. Keith bought his Pinocchio First Edition for a pittance, then sold it in the sale room at a mammoth profit.
I would have thought you'd be jumping up and down, Keith, and going, only paid 50 pence.
I'm jumping up and down inside.
After sitting down with Nigel, David bought his pretty pocket watch, but he still hasn't found a buyer for it.
Now, Mandolin. And oh my goodness, my husband's going to go mad. More stuff in the shop to sell.
Don't worry, Mr. Haller. Brenda managed to sell it at auction where she made her money back. As for Karen, she's reluctant to let go of the gorgeous cameo necklace.
I just love it. I really love it.
But did sell on the terracotta dog for £300, making her a handsome profit. Last but not least, it's Mark. Whilst he's yet to find a buyer for the claret jug, he sold his solitaire ring onto a private buyer, making him a sparkling return. And Christine's gold?
My husband doesn't wear it anymore because he kept losing it.
It's finally found a secure home, making Mark a gleaming turnover.
It's been a great day here in Peterborough. Bags of action, lots of buying, lots of selling. That's what I like to see. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. See you.